Welcome, selectors, to this deck tech for Midoriko Dissona. Do you like making large SIGNI? Well, this is the deck for you. Lupal then attacks, vanishing the wall in front of her and eating the Mel. Then breaks the final damage prevention barrier, and Midoriko attacks for damage, and we have a burst. Akino comes in for the final hit. Your winner today is Midoriko on the red side. Starting with the deck breakdown, this deck has 17 level 1s, 10 level 2s, 9 level 3s, and 4 spells. It features 23 green cards with a splash of white, black, and red. The full deck list can be found in the description below. Assisting Midoriko is the blue Tamago and black Deus. As this is a Dissona deck, we'll be playing heavy into the Dissona synergies. By utilizing these synergies, we hope to make up for Midoriko's weaknesses and dominate the board. By creating SIGNI so large that not even the best removal can hope to deal with them. Let's take a closer look at Midoriko. She is good at buffing allies and dealing with the enter zone, but struggles against removing SIGNI and has no innate card draw. Looking at the assist line for Tamago, we are drawing 2 cards with the level 1, and downing a SIGNI and drawing cards with the level 2. Deus removes a level 2 or less SIGNI at level 1, and at level 2 has a big shield that does cost 3 but prevents up to 3 damage. The pieces in this deck include Sunspot Memory to get a Dissona SIGNI from your deck and then get a SIGNI and LRIG barrier, and Dissonance to get 2 Dissona SIGNI back from trash to hand. The goal being to protect yourself long enough and be able to refill your hand with Dissona SIGNI so you can take advantage of Midoriko's buffs and her ability to take over the board. Looking at the deck, starting with our level 1s, we have 4 of Weekly Dissona, allowing for damage through defenders early in the game. Do not underestimate the early damage here, as it could win you a game. Next we have Nova Dissona as a 2-of. As this deck is all Dissona, this will be a consistent 8k on your opponent's turn. Next we have a 4 of Paching Dissona, giving a 5k buff once per turn. This extra buff is very good at letting the Lupal Dissonas get big enough to use their removal effectively. Next we have Musica Dissona as a 3-of. This lets us use our Enter as a 3k removal. It won't always hit, but it doesn't cost you card advantage. And lastly, we have our 4 of Servants. These are from the X Precon, which you can pick up for about 15-20 bucks. It is well worth it. Moving on to our level 2s, we start with Ivy Dissona, who is a consistent Enter charge at the beginning of your attack phase. This is as a 4-of because we need to keep our Enter full. Next we have a 2 of Kagomeka Dissona, allowing us to get some good Dissona SIGNI out of our trash. This self-mellow action is not normally used in this deck. Next we have a 2 of Wolf Dissona. She gives you a way to get through some tough blockers in the mid to late game. And rounding out the level 2s, we have Comedy Dissona, who gives you the option of enter charging or drawing cards, whichever we need at the time. Moving on to our level 3s, we have Love It Dissona, who gives enter, burn, buffs, and removal. I would play more if I had them. Next we have Bang Dissona, also good removal and very sticky SIGNI that's hard to remove when you have 3 or more green enter. 2 of Exia, which is not a Dissona, but still a very good protection card that stops your opponents from attacking you. Setting up a lot of roadblocks is your key to victory. Next we come to the 4 of Lupal Dissona. This is Midoriko's signature SIGNI. She gives Midoriko decks that much needed removal package that can be scaled up to whatever power you need to remove. She is very much a beast, pun intended. And finally Akino, who brings a bounce effect that can also remove opponent SIGNI. Your game plan should revolve around getting to level 3 and getting Lupals out as fast as possible and making them as big as possible. Finally, we have 4 Emergences as our only spells. This card is good in the early game to get your Enter up, and great in the late game to pull cards out of your Enter. Talking about Life Bursts, on our Emergence, we have an Enter Charge 1 that gets a SIGNI from your Enter Zone to your hand or puts it onto the field. Lupal's Life Burst draws you a card and energizes you 2. Hitting just one of these in a game can be very game-changing. Servants do what they always do by getting back a SIGNI from your trash to your hand. Paching energizes you 1 and prevents the next SIGNI damage. Exia returns an upped SIGNI or draws you a card. Some more card draw that could potentially remove a SIGNI. And Kagomeka puts a Dissona card from your trash onto your field or into your hand. I hope you enjoyed this deck tech. Please leave feedback in the comments below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.